Okay, so here we are with another video. Today we're gonna see a tutorial about the product of the Formula Remote car. So the first thing you'd notice is that once you upload the file into your Roblox Studio window, it appears as this model here. So there are quite a lot of features in this car. First of all, in the driver's seat, you can notice this script. This is a script that makes your avatar invisible once you enter the car because this series is supposed to not be driven in the car, but from a remote controller. Of course, I've not got like a script that makes you change camera while you are on a certain seat, like it would happen in real life. You just go in the car like a normal one, and it automatically makes your avatar invisible when you're in. Then we got the slipstream script. Of course, it's realistic. Here it changes the magnitude of the drive seat. So I've seen some scripts that like change the drag when you're on the slipstream. But that isn't really realistic because if you're like 2 seconds behind, it's of course not the same as 5 tenths behind. And by the way, this should be more realistic than that. Um, you can notice this script works with this part here, the slipstream brick. The slipstream brick, if you want to put it in another car of yours, keep in mind that you have to put it right at the end of the car's rear, and it has to be exactly one car length. So this is one car length. Uh, let me make you uh, okay. If I move it like this, you can notice it's a car length. Let me make it not transparent. Okay, you can see. Okay, it is a car length. Um. Okay, so here we go. Um. Then so I'll do it this. Okay. Now, the next thing you can notice is some plugins. We have some plugins. There is M tier, mouse tier camera, that like classical mouse tier camera that when you go into the mouse control, the default camera and even the other ones, um, like when you brake, it doesn't stop the cursor like it does here. Okay, you can still move the cursor on the screen so you can turn while braking. Uh, these are the sounds. These three ones, these three scripts are for these three cameras that I put. This is the first. This is this camera here, and you can activate it by clicking C, as you can see here. This is the B key camera, and there's this one here, and this is N, which should be this one here, but I'm not sure. Probably this is the N camera and this is the B camera. Of course, these are just, so that you can drive and chill sessions. They're cool cameras. You can use them, or not use them. I can't talk. Hell. This is the aerodynamic script. This is probably the most important one. Of course, we have the drag, the front downforce value, rear downforce, the volume of the wind. Of course, you can change it in. I suggest testing in game how much you can hear the wind and change the volume setting appropriately. And this is the slipstream multiplier that, as the name suggests, makes the slipstream more powerful as this number increases. I've left it at the default of 40 because I haven't really tested too much. Um, So what you have to keep in mind here is that the drag value, um, as it tells here, higher the value is, the less drag is. So it's not as you would think firstly. And the same goes with front downforce and rear downforce. If you increase it, you'll have less downforce. And if you lower the number, you have more downforce. So for example, if I want to make a Formula 1 car that clearly has more downforce, I would put something like 285 instead of 300. And then you have the scripts for the bit limiter and DRS if you want it. They work exactly the same way. So you can just learn this script, copy it, change the value to, DRS value, for example. And what happens is it works with this script here, this one. You have to have two different parts, one called pit entry and one called pit exit. Of course, I suggest making them transparent and uncollidable. And when the cars hit these parts, as you can see, if you hit pit entry, pit limiter value goes true, and if you hit pit exit, the pit limiter value goes false. And with this script, if the pit limiter value is true, then you have this number, this value of drag. Um, Basically, I've found this value with tests, of course, and this value makes your speed cap at 59 km/h, so it's a fair amount for a bit limiter. Um, Also, another thing, if you're using different downforce formulas, like this is a formula for downforce, make sure to have the same ones, otherwise this whole thing won't work. And if you want to put DRS, just make other parts called DRS entry, DRS exit, and change the value to DRS value and put a different number of drag. Um, this car hasn't got DRS because it's not Formula One. You can do it. Then down here you have the functions for the slipstream, and this is all for the aerodynamics. Probably this go into this. You have to put this in replicated storage, and otherwise it won't work. But of course, I'm keeping it in the model so you can have it. These three scripts, I'm not sure they properly work in this car, but you can use them in other cars. I don't know, like GTs or other things like that. And this is the initialize script to make the car work. This is the misquailed. This is something I put for DRS. You can leave it. So this is useful if you're gonna put DRS, okay? But you can leave it here. If you don't have DRS, it doesn't change anything. And this is the chassis interface. Don't change these values, okay, because otherwise something will break for sure. So don't change anything in here. In the body, we've got, of course, the Formula 1 model with all the parts. They are quite a bit, but it shouldn't lag too much. We have the three different camera parts. Please don't change this. I'm afraid something will break. Um, so this is the C cam, this is the B cam, this is the N cam parts. Then you have downforce parts, downforce front, downforce rear. We have the drag part, the engine, exhaust, and the front hitbox. The front hitbox is for the pit limiter and DRS scripts. Basically, the script works that if the front hitbox hits the parts, um, the value will change, so you have bit limiter or not. And this is the slipstream break as previously shown. Then the last thing is about the wheels. In the front wheel parts, in the wheel fixed, we have these four parts. Basically, these parts in a realistic model should um, change direction, of course, with the tire. Otherwise, you can imagine what mess it would be. So putting them in wheel fixed does actually make them turn like the tires. So you can just delete them, but it's a bit awful, don't you think? So keep them and keep them here. You don't have them in rear and rear right, because of course these don't have to turn. And that's it. Of course, if you want to change delivery, which of course you can do, this is just for delivery to promote my dad team, but it's a cool delivery, cool colors. You can go in body from the remote, and these are the parts. You can just change the brick color here, for example. Okay, you see. And that's it. This is how to set up the Formula Car remote model if you have bought it. And you can find the link to transfer, if you don't know how to transfer the .rbxm file into Roblox Studio, you can find the link in the description. And that's it from this video. Bye.